Hello, I've got a question for you. How many promises in the Bible do you know? Now, I don't mean promises that God made to particular people, like God making a promise to Abraham that he's going to have a son, because we can't really apply that promise to ourselves. But the Bible is full of promises that we can apply for ourselves. And so I want to make sure that you know some of those promises. So today I'm going to share one of my favorite promises. This is one that I trust in a lot. So promises are a little bit like gift vouchers. So I have a gift voucher here. It's actually my daughter's for $25 for the Clearville Bakery. So this is a gift voucher, but you can't get any food from the bakery unless you take this and you take it to the bakery and you kind of like apply it. When you do that, you get given what you want. That's under $25. So the promises are a little bit like that in that you need to use them. They're not just kind of automatic. And often the promises have a condition, something we need to do. A lot of them do have that, and this one is the same. So this is from a verse in the Bible, James 1 verse 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, that means generously, and upbraideth not, means he doesn't rebuke you for asking, and it shall be given him. So the promise is if we ask God for help, for wisdom, he will help us and show us what to do. So the condition is to ask. We have to ask God for wisdom, and then in the next verse it says, but let him ask in faith. So we need to ask God in faith, and if we do that, we can trust his promise that he will help us and give us wisdom and show us the right thing to do. So Solomon, when he became king, he had a dream one night, and God asked him, what would you like me to give you? And Solomon said, I would like wisdom, because I have a really hard job to do. I have all these people to judge, because people would come to the king with their problems and he would have to tell them what to do. And Solomon said, I don't know how to do that. This is too hard for me, so I need wisdom. And the Bible says God was pleased with Solomon that he asked for wisdom. And God is pleased when you ask for wisdom too. And God said, I'm not only going to give you wisdom, I'm going to give you the things you didn't ask for that you could have asked for. Solomon could have asked to live a long life, to be rich, to be famous. But he didn't. He asked for what was more important. He asked for wisdom. But God said to him, I'm going to give you those other things too. I'm going to make you famous, and I'm going to make you rich as well. And, God did make him wise. That was what was most important. And one day, two ladies came to him with a problem. They came to him, and one of them was holding a baby. Now, it was their son. I don't have a boy doll. So it was a little baby boy. One of them's holding the baby, and she says, last night I went to bed with my baby, and when I woke up in the morning, I went to feed my baby, and my baby had died. But then I looked at my baby, and it wasn't my baby. We live in the same house, and we both have babies, and it was her baby that had died, and she stole my baby. And the other lady said, that's not true. This baby is my baby. And they start arguing and fighting back and forth. Now, how on earth is Solomon going to know what to do? I mean, the baby can't tell him. Babies can't talk. When he looks at the baby, he can't tell which mother it looks like. But God promised to give him wisdom, and the king knew what to do. So he said to one of his men, bring a sword. And so one of the men went and brought a sword. Now what wise thing can you do with a sword and a baby? And so King Solomon said, cut the baby in half, because there's two mothers, so you can give one half to one mother and one half to the other mother. Now that's fair, right? Now maybe if they were arguing about a loaf of bread or a piece of cake or something like that, it might be a good answer. But a baby? This doesn't sound very wise, Solomon. So he says that. Now, how are the mothers going to react? One of them says, oh, that's a good idea. cut it in half, we'll have half each, and none of us will have the real baby. But the other one said, no, don't hurt the baby. Give the baby to the other mother. Just don't hurt it. Now, Solomon knew which one was the real mother. He said, stop, don't hurt the baby. The mother who doesn't want you to hurt the baby, she is the real mother, because she's the one who cares about the baby. And so it didn't look very wise at first. But, you know, in the end of the story, we know it was a wise plan. So, just like God gave Solomon wisdom, God promises to give us wisdom if we will ask him and trust him. So, I hope that you may remember this verse when you don't know what to do. And just every day we need wisdom to do what is right, to know the right thing to say, the right thing to do. I'm going to show you how to sing this promise. It's a tune from somewhere, but I don't know where, but it fits the verse. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. I just realized the tune's from Winnie the Pooh.